Welcome to this week's Movie Math, where the weekend was dark days for Benedict Cumberbatch. After an imperfect stateside debut as Cannes this summer, it appears American audiences have finally reached their verdict on the BBC heartthrob: rejection. The Fifth Estate not only opened at number 8, but made headlines with its abysmal performance. In fact, no film in wide release this year has debuted as poorly. It was even surpassed by Enough Said, featuring one of James Gandolfini's final performances, which was playing in less than half the number of theaters as The Fifth Estate, and in its 5th week to boot. Overseas, the WikiLeaks expose fared just as poorly, taking in a little under 2 million there as well. Now sure, Julian Assange might be smirking in Ecuador's London embassy, but is the failure of The Fifth Estate due to audiences supporting him, or evidence that they care as little about him as, say, Benedict Cumberbatch? This debut is so bad that unless he's already inked a contract, Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams might want to reconsider letting him anywhere near Star Wars Episode 7. And I'm a Cumberbatch, but at this point, the box office stink on him is so bad, let him air out somewhere else, if he can. Meanwhile, Sandra Bullock is smelling wonderful, as at 49, she is floating high atop the box office for the 3rd straight week. That makes her and 44-year-old Jennifer Aniston the queens of the 2013 box office, until Jennifer Lawrence rides her chariot into town. Worldwide, Gravity currently sits at number 20 for the year, and We're the Millers at number 24. Then at number 27 is Bullock again, this time with Melissa McCarthy, 43. The next picks on the list to star a woman are Mama with Jessica Chastain down at 36, and then Blue Jasmine with Cate Blanchett all the way down at number 69. I might not like how Bullock and Aniston got all the way up there, but at least they are up there. I tried to figure out the next generation of female comedians. Kristen Wiig, who helped start this whole thing, has fallen off the radar, and all I could come up with was Emma Stone. Yet these days, she seems more concerned with being Andrew Garfield's blonde girlfriend than the redhead we fell in love with. Hopefully, her turn in Woody Allen's Magic in the Moonlight next year will put her back on track. For those of you rooting for a long career for Chloe Grace Moretz, all box office signs point to no. After Kick-Ass 2 came in way below expectations in August, now Carrie also disappoints. It was predicted to open on par with this year's other big horror remake, Evil Dead, yet opened almost 10 million short. And while nobody had expected Carrie to take on Sandy, she couldn't even handle Tom, who narrowly defeated her in his 2nd week at sea. But Gravity, Captain Phillips, and even Clatty with a Chance of Meatballs 2 are all tough competitors, with each enjoying very small drops thanks to strong word of mouth. Also this weekend, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger tried to bust out of their individual box office doldrums, only to find themselves debuting at number 5. On the bright side, that's what Stallone's Bullet to the Head made during its entire run, while Schwarzenegger's The Last Stand didn't fare much better. But sadly, Escape Plan was clearly no Expendables. Thankfully, there's another one of those on the way. But in the meantime, Stallone will try his luck with another golden oldie matchup with Robert De Niro this Christmas, while Schwarzenegger will take on a supporting role in Sabotage opposite younger kinda stars Sam Worthington, Josh Holloway, Terrence Howard, Joe Manganiello, and Malin Ackerman next year. As for the rest of the box office, it was pretty dismal towards the back of the pack. And while Ben Affleck is set to play Batman, it looks like Justin Timberlake has finally spent the last of his The Social Network acting cred with Runner Runner. The specialty market was aflame, though, with Oscar heat, especially 12 Years a Slave that boasted a scorching $50,000 per theater average. That's particularly high considering the Steve McQueen flick opened in 19 theaters as opposed to the usual under 10. The only limited debut this year more impressive was Allen's Blue Jasmine. Meanwhile, All Is Lost and Kill Your Darlings played by the rules and both opened in under 10, delivering solid yet unspectacular per theater averages. By the way, I checked out J.C. Chandler's All Is Lost and found it to be a very interesting contrast to Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity. One bet it all on story, the other on special effects. You can see which one the box office and the media is favoring, which is too bad because I thought All Is Lost was quite powerful, and Robert Redford managed to keep his cool. As for this coming weekend, while The Counselor might be the flashier picture, Bad Grandpa is set to pants it. And that's the weekend box office. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.